Hello YouTube, this is Bambo2009 and this will be my first video in a series of videos giving my thoughts on the road to WrestleMania, and I'm going to start with Sunday's Royal Rumble. I'm going to be giving you my predictions, going over who I think will win the Rumble, who I think should win the Rumble, and maybe going through some possible matches for WrestleMania. So let's get into it. I will start with what might happen with Roman Reigns on Sunday night. Is he going to retain the title, or is he going to get eliminated early, or is he going to get eliminated by someone else a bit later in the match? Who is he going to get eliminated by, and who is he going to eliminate? Those are all questions that you might be thinking about going into the Rumble. Who knows, maybe those questions you might not care at all about, but one thing is certain. Roman Reigns is going to get eliminated early or late in the match. The reason being, Roman Reigns needs to win to get eliminated early or get eliminated late in the match. This is very important because if he gets eliminated early in the match, that sets up a whole lot of unpredictability for the whole night. You don't know who's going to win the Rumble then, because Vince has been so high on Reigns, it's a given that he might be in the final four at the end of the Rumble. That's why I say he needs to get eliminated early, because it sets up so much unpredictability for the rest of the match, and it will get the crowd excited 100%, because there's that element of unpredictability that defines a Royal Rumble match. And if you look over the past 4 years, the winners have been shitted on by the crowd. Go over who won the last Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns, and he was booed the fuck out of it, Pittsburgh. And the year before, Batista, Daniel Bryan wasn't even in the Royal Rumble match, and Batista won that match. And the crowd completely shitted all over him, over Batista. Daniel Bryan was 100% healthy at the time, and he was so fucking over with the crowd that the crowd started shitting on Batista, started booing him at every Raw, and started chanting for Daniel Bryan, yes, yes, yes. And eventually Vince decided, right, I have to put Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania and have him win, which shows how much power we have as an audience. Because of that rebellion, we put Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania by going over Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, all former World Heavyweight Champions in one night. And my point is, Vince needs to please the crowd at the Royal Rumble. They can't afford to be shitted on like what happened at last year's Rumble and the year before, because we need someone believable, and Roman Reigns, he is believable, but he's not over with the crowd yet. His push seems so forced that it almost breaks kayfabe. The crowd can see management is trying to push Roman Reigns so hard that likes him, half the crowd doesn't. Now, who I think will win the Rumble, I think Triple H or Lesnar. I'm torn between the two. If Triple H wins, that could be quite a shock, because you'd never think Vince would put the title on Triple H, a guy who's so old, but such a great heel, and he can turn the crowd in one click with his two fingers, just like that. He can change the crowd, right, and build a great fucking storyline with fantastic promos. And he's also got Stephanie by his side. Now, Stephanie has been so mediocre over the last 3 Raws, like, it's unbelievable how shitty the promos and segments have been involving Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince over the past 3-4 weeks, because there's been so much predictability, and I keep mentioning that word predictability and unpredictability because it's so important now within the next 3 to 4 months. This period is so critical for WWE. If they don't get this right, WWE fucked up differently.